Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Um, I don't know if I have a question because like after speaking with Todd, he was like, come on and like talk. So I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of interested in like you guys leading it. Um, although now I'm saying that, I feel like I have questions. Like what's coming up for me is like I have situational experiences of like things will come up, but I know that they are very transient. So it's almost like pointless going, oh, this is my problem,
Mm.
because I'm like, as soon as I can express it and experience it and feel everything I need to feel, it's just a thing of the past. And it makes it feel like there's this real moving target. And it's like, as soon as I talk about it, it's almost that's what I needed. But like, not even just talking about it in a like a venting kind of way, but in a like, oh, that's the issue. And then I'm like, oh, now I know how to be with it, or like it almost like educates me on where I need to be with it. um and so I guess I kind of don't know what to do with that. And I feel very comfortable. I feel comfortable with the ebbs and flows that happen, and like that sort of like rising up of like suffering in a sense. But I know I feel fine with it. Not at the time, I don't. um I feel like I got through a really big fundamental issue, which I was speaking to Todd about. And I guess I don't need to talk about that now because I felt it. And I was like, I cried and I grieved it. And I was like, oh, I know what I'm grieving now. I'm grieving a fantasy. But that's fine because it felt really significant to me. And then I moved through it. And then it's like, I don't know what to do. I kind of feel at the whims of suffering arising in order to do the work rather than being able to be proactive because I don't know what's next. Like, I don't know. All I know how to do, theory, is when it comes up, is I've got to be with it somehow. And I know I kind of don't move that away. But like I know like it's like I'm not doing anything anyway, so it's fine. That's fine. It just would get done. It will be experienced. Um
Caroline,
yeah.
you're in your head.
Okay, okay, fine. Okay.
So what you wrote,
Oh yeah.
what you wrote us about and talked about.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
want to talk about it?
Sure, I can talk about it. Yeah.
Because
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
let's
I'll get
I
out
was,
of
I
there.
was,
Get
I was,
out.
I was reading it to Pernilla this morning, and I think there is stuff there that's still
there's
worth
definitely
digging
stuff
into.
there.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Definitely. In all your messages, there's like a red thread in all of it. So
Okay, good.
so I think instead of talking around the bush,
Okay. Okay.
how about we just talk about the bush?
Okay. 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 So yeah, that was a nice sort of introduction, wasn't it? Um,
Yeah, it was a beautiful diversion, and I really compliment
it's
you for it. But I think
ah,
taking looking at time
yeah,
and all of that, I think we should get to it.
you're right, you're right. Yeah. Wow, really don't want to talk about it. Okay, that's a good
But it's
sign.
okay if
Okay.
you don't. If you
Yeah.
It's okay if you don't. We are back on the 13th of Jan. We are back, and we can talk about it then.
Oh, I do want to talk about it. I just didn't know I didn't, which I'm like, okay, fine. So, okay, so I feel that my fund like since so young, like almost as far back as my memory goes, like cognitively, I suppose. I've just always idolized and desired a loving relationship. Oh, yeah, I can feel it now. And um, it it's kind of torment because I I'm chasing it all the time, or I have I feel like I'm chasing it, and it just doesn't. transpire. And I guess it's getting a bit scary now because, well, in terms of my goals, like I've always wanted to have a family, and I've just wanted to be in that like family unit with a partner. And, I'm 35 now, which isn't like, I'm not like, uh, it's not time's up, but the pressure, I guess, is mounting, and I feel afraid. Not afraid. I feel pressured, that I feel like there's a pressure, and I I don't I don't think it's real either. I think that's what I'm like grappling with, is like this is all made up, and that's fine. Yeah. But I want to not feel that anyway. Like if I don't have a family, if none of that works out, that's in theory okay. I don't feel happy about that, but I'm like, that's kind of okay. But the thing that's really painful is this persistent drive to get it, and this like cycle of like highs and lows, and like, oh, there's a glimmer of hope, and then it's like the hope is dashed, and then it's like maybe it's this, and it does mean that I compromise on who I'll date, and I can be in situations, and yeah, I won't go into too much, I'll stick with the feeling of it. It's like I just feel tormented by the chasing,
Yeah.
basically. And it's like, I know now that's the seeker, right? Like that is the seeking.
Yeah.
And so it feels like it's this futile thing anyway. It's not going to give me what I want, but that's the pain, that's the suffering. Like it's not even the outcome necessarily. It's like that just clawing and trying to make reality be what I want it to be, and feeling like I can, and then I can't, and then I can, then I can't. And like, I want to mold, I want, there's two parts where I want the future to be this way. So I now need to position myself and make that happen. And so my position in the present is not right because of the future I want. It's like, this isn't going to tee up. The future's now not going to tee up to how I want it to be. But simultaneously, I can't, I also am not in the present. Like I'd have a different present moment in a sense. Already have the family. I'd already have that stuff now. So there's two parts where it's like, I don't have it now, so I can work towards it, but I also want to have it right now. So my reality is not okay. So there's some dynamics to it. And it's that, I think that's it. It's like, it's just feeling that like there's some dread that sometimes happens, and this like doom. Um, and then I haven't got the what I want right now, so I just have to make it happen next. Like I've got to tee the future up instead. It's almost like I can't force reality to be what I want it right now, but the alternative is I can force the future to. Don't know why, because it's not really ever happened like that. But
Exactly.
I'm trying to make it, I'm trying to make it happen.
Mm.
I like that
That
in the end of your last email, you had said that you were going back to the 4 and 5 work because
Yeah.
it's really a fundamental crux of this is that there is something now which is clearly not seen as sufficient. And so the future is constantly being put out as a possibility that, but if only I
Mm.
have this thing in the future, then everything's going to be okay. It's problematic from a whole variety of reasons, one of which is because we can never live in the future. We can only live in the present. And we have to find a way to be equanimous with any present that is here because we don't know how it's going to unfold. The other particularly problematic issue of this one want in itself is that it involves the need for other people to be part of
Mm,
it to make it happen. I mean, on the purely relative side of things, we could say, okay, if you want a family, with kids, you could adopt, you could use a donor. There are options available for having a kid without having the relationship attached to it. But it doesn't sound like it's just about having kids. It's more of this ideal of a package of
yeah.
the loving husband and the perfect family with the kids and all that. And what's important is what is the idea that that is going to provide you that you don't have now? What makes that the goal, the optimal reality for the future?
Um, closeness, um, and like the end of loneliness, I think. Yeah. It's like a, it's like an, because there's like an intimacy that you have in that small knit unit that it's not possible to get anywhere else. Like, well, that's not true, but that's
Mhm.
what I think. Yeah, that's the story anyway. But it's like that real just, skin to skin contact, like that that just it's just the closeness, I think. I just
But
That's it. Like I really
but
want that
but
closeness.
again, there's something under that again,
Mhm.
because skin to skin contact, very, very easy to get, you know, so it's not that.
Mhm.
Just like having a
Yeah.
family, it's
Okay,
very,
true.
very easy to get children. You can have children, you can be
True.
pregnant tomorrow, and
True.
depending on ovulation and all that, but you can
Yeah,
basically
theoretically.
have twins next year if you want to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not that. And then you
Yeah.
say skin to skin contact, but that is super easy to go. You can have that in half an hour. So it's not
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
you need to be even more specific. What is it you're
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about? And what Todd was trying to point to, or pointed to, is that what is it that you think will no, what is it you think is here now that you don't want? That is not
I
going to
see.
be there when you have found the perfect partner. What is lying on his shoulders that
Yeah.
he's going to help you
Mm,
with getting rid of, that you're not getting rid of on your own, but he is supposed to do that for you?
Mhm.
And then can you see how absolutely unfair it is to put that on anyone's shoulders?
yeah.
I usually ask because you're not the first one that I have spoken with about this issue. I usually ask the question, would you fall for you? Would you look at you and going, that is a catch? Fucking hell, I want to marry her. And if you have that, no, not really, then sort that out first.
I
Do
don't have that. No, it's not no. Um, yeah, I actually feel like I am a good catch in the sense, like I like who I am, if I'm anyone, that
Yeah, no, no,
that
yeah, but
side.
we're using words right now. But
Yeah,
but
words.
yeah, but one of the things that we wrote to you was that part about autonomy,
Mm,
about you having
yeah,
enough in you,
Yeah.
that you don't need anybody in your life to make you happy, because you make you happy. That is on you.
yeah,
Yeah.
Just
yeah,
like if you get a
yeah.
partner, you're not there to make him happy.
Yeah.
He is there to make him happy.
Mm,
And he's making himself happy, and you're making you happy, and you do that right next to one another.
yeah. So theoretically, nothing could change.
No,
Nothing,
no,
nothing
because
will change.
even that
Yeah,
loneliness that you have doesn't get extinguished by having another person there. That
yeah,
loneliness, ironically, doesn't have to do with a lack of another person. It has to do
yeah,
with something else inside.
yeah.
And that is going to stay there. I mean, it sounds like you have been in relationships which weren't so great, and you have probably had experiences where you felt lonely
Yes.
being with somebody else.
Yeah,
And
okay. So then it's just that they were just not the right person because the
Yeah,
other
and
person,
exactly.
which
yeah.
is
Yeah.
which is not true, which is not true,
But
because
that's the chasing. It's like,
exactly
yeah,
wherever you go, there you are. So
yeah,
if you feel lonely in you now, you will feel lonely with a partner. You cannot place that responsibility on another person. There's nobody who was born who has the sole purpose of make Caroline feeling fulfilled
yeah,
except you. It's not
yeah,
on anybody's shoulders, it's on your shoulders. So
yeah,
it's really finding out what is it you want and make sure that you do that now, because if you don't do it now, it won't happen in a relationship.
yeah. I think it's about the support. I want someone to really like just support me,
You
which is kind of
support you.
selfish.
You support you.
But that's, yeah.
Do you got your back? Are you the one that are standing up for you in situations where you know that you are saying yes, where you actually want to say no? Would it be nice to have somebody standing and going like, nope, Caroline is not doing that? Because then start doing that.
Yeah, I think it's a bit more security. I
Mm.
don't feel like I can give myself, which I feel like if I had another person there, I would have that. It's like it's
Like,
like
But
like,
but
a
again,
unit.
but
it's a lot to put on another person. That another person is supposed to make you feel safe.
Yeah.
are there specific types of security? Is it like physical security, financial security, emotional security?
Yeah, probably financial. Not because yeah, like there's a caveat. Like I don't care about money in a sense, but I think I feel financially tenuous. So it just yeah, I'd like some financial security. But that's not what I want in the partner, which is interesting.
Mm.
Like I do and I don't. Like I'd
Mhm.
love someone to be there, but that's not the thing I yearn for. It's like it's like well, there's always that high you get when you meet that maybe someone, and that I think there's a part of that where I crave like that the high
Mm.
of meeting someone. And if I yeah, so I think that's
That doesn't
It's
last.
it doesn't
That's
it's
I
chemistry, it
know.
doesn't
yeah.
last.
That's what keeps
I know.
people cheating on other partners with other people, and that's not a cycle that you want to
Yeah.
be in the habit of striving for.
Yeah. Well, tell me about that. Yeah. I know. But
It's basically
that's so it's there. It's like that craving, and I'm like, that's not good, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
it's there, right?
we have like this, we have this super unhealthy relationship to relationships in society,
Mm,
because what you're looking for in a partner, what you're looking for in a partner that you're going to share your life with, it's your best friend.
Mm.
You're looking for your
yeah.
best friend. And do you want to have a best friend that is going to make you feel safe, not himself feel safe? Or do you want somebody that has enough in himself and you have enough in yourself? Because there's so
Yeah.
many things that you would never ever do to a good friend, but you expect your partner to do it.
Mm, yes. Yeah, that's true.
And
Mm.
that's why we keep emphasizing the autonomy.
Mm.
You need to be autonomous. So
So
you find a best friend who is autonomous, and then you share your
fair.
life together, and you just meet a person where you rather be with them than not have them in your life.
Mm,
That's basically it. That's all you should go for. And all the
yeah.
list we have with, you know, hairy chest and height and income and all of that, you know, that is like, it's so secondary. Is it a good
Mm,
friend? Is it a good friend? Is it somebody who will back you up and wear an ugly Christmas sweater because you say, let's wear an ugly Christmas sweater? Um,
yeah. I think that's where the pain comes in because like I think that's just all I want. And that's what I feel like I can't find. Like, yeah, that's like Like that's it. What you just said. Like I'm not really interested in anything else. Um, like I don't think I'm particularly shallow or like, those are just things that are like representatives of things. But like what you just said there, I was like, well, yeah, that's it. Like that is what I want. I don't want um that other stuff. I want what you just said. And that's what I feel like I'm like locked out of
Yeah.
or like separate from.
So
Yeah.
if you're aware that the best way to have a relationship is to be with your best friend, you need to find somebody that has the same interest than you do. If you like square dance, go to square dance. If you like kayaking, do that. If you're a Buddhist, go to a Buddhist group. And then you will be introduced to people that have the same interest than you. If it's somebody that is going to be your best friend and you're going to share your life with, you better find somebody that
Yeah.
has the same interest than you. And that is where you will probably find him.
That's the practical side though, isn't it? It's not
Yeah.
the like, I guess I don't feel like that's the root issue
Well,
because it's that craving and that feeling of
yeah.
separateness.
Exactly.
And
And that
That's the
that
problem.
exactly.
and
Exactly.
that is where, Pernilla's advice is great, but you also have to be free to allow that never to happen. To go to Buddhist groups and kayaking groups and whatever you're into, and maybe you'll meet somebody who you'll turn out to be best friends with. And maybe something will
Mm,
happen, but maybe not. And that's what I was saying in the email, that it's not about giving up all looking. If you have an interest in being in a relationship, it's not about closing the doors and just saying, okay, that's it. I'm never going to be in a relationship. That chapter is shut. It's about staying open, but without any need, without any striving for the
Mm.
thing to happen. It's like you don't know whether you're going to be in a relationship. You don't know whether you're going to be a world famous singer. You don't know what is going to happen in the next door. Can you have an openness to allowing everything to happen without a persistent need for one of those things to be there at uh the denial of everything else?
Mm.
The idea is I need to be in that relationship because then everything else that's not that starts to look less good. It starts to look unsatisfactory. This moment isn't good because I'm comparing it to the imagination of being in a relationship with a family that seems better.
Mm.
If you can have the openness that if a relationship happens, well, that's wonderful, and I'll explore that. And if a relationship doesn't happen, well, this moment is still wonderful, and I'll explore it. Then it's no problem. You can be open to any possibility. But it's that
You need to be satisfied with what is here now.
exactly.
And that is why the fourth and the fifth is really good to work with. So you really become aware of what is actually here now. What is it right now that you are missing out on because you're so hell
Yeah,
bent on
mm,
something else having to be in a certain way. So there's something beautiful here right now that you're missing out on.
yeah,
And then, as a practical thing, I do want to say that if you find out that actually what I really want is that family feeling, you don't need a husband for that. You can have children. You can have children. You can raise your children with a good friend. You can, that there's so many different ways,
there are lots of different living situations
many
nowadays
different
that
ways to have
people
families on that it doesn't need to be male, female, and two children and 1.8 dog.
fucking hate
yeah, no,
be like,
I get the practical sense of it. Um,
but
So it's really noticing what is it that you want, that you actually want.
and
Because I think a lot of projection is happening into a partner and then everything would be amazing. But it really look into what does that actually mean? Are you sure about that? Are you sure that is what you're going for? Because I think you will, when you really look closer to it, will find that it's some that that kaleidoscope will keep twisting and turning and give you another
Mm.
picture, something else that is coming to the surface and go like, oh my goodness, yeah, it's actually not that either.
Yeah, it's never really, yeah, it never really fits.
The thing is, the mind can create
Mm,
all sorts of stories about, like, we're so many of us in this culture are brought up believing that we need to have a relationship and a family in order to be fulfilled and to live a fulfilling, meaningful life. It's not true, and it's not true for everybody anyway. But because that's part of what we get brought up into, we can generate the idea of a family. And then it
Mm.
can almost be like it's not a desire that I have or a consideration of a possibility, but it's almost taken like a premonition. It's like that is my
Mm.
future, and I have to live to do whatever I can to make that happen. But it's not really a premonition. It's
Yeah.
this might sound weird and also a little bit terrible, but it's like if
go
I
for it, babe.
if I had the dream that I want to be like a tightrope walker walking between, high rises in New York City, but I have a terrible sense of balance and I'm terrified of heights. The likelihood that that is going to be my future is probably not that great. So can I accept the fact that I have a dream of doing something, I have an idea of doing something, and it might never happen because it just isn't comfortable for me? If we can come to that recognition that the mind has created an idea which is not actually going to take place, and instead of having, grieving for the dream never realized, just recognize it was a really nice idea that just hasn't
Mm.
happened. It's a potential parallel universe that the mind can generate that is not here. So can
Mm.
I find the actual beauty and the wonderfulness of what is actually here in the actual life that I was granted, the actual world around me?
Mm.
Can I see how magnificent that is? And that I'm not walking on a tightrope someplace has no reference to what the world is like right now. It's not to say that you won't eventually find yourself in a relationship, but it's what we're stressing is that it's really important to recognize that just because you dream it doesn't mean it's going to happen. And if
And
you're,
it doesn't even mean
and
that it's actually what you want. It might be
that too,
something completely else that you really want. You really want that feeling of presence in the moment where you just exhale and feel calm, and you thought that was outside of you, and then you find out it was actually inside of you all along,
yeah,
but you were missing that because you were so hell-bent on finding it outside of you, because society taught you that you
yeah,
have to find that in someone else, or you have to find that, in a partner. But in reality, if you cannot find it in you now, you will not find it in a partner, because um it's foreign to you, so you won't recognize it when you see it. You need to have that love in you and feel fulfilled in you. Otherwise, you won't recognize it when you find a partner that you actually would like to share your life with. Because it needs to be that when you find a partner, that you feel that your life and your calm and your mental
Mm.
stability is not going to be uprooted.
mm,
You need to find somebody that acknowledge and love you for who you are, and you don't need to change. You don't need to be any different, because how can you be? You're just you. And that needs to be completely embraced. So when you find somebody that agrees with you, yeah, you're wonderful, then you can just be allowed to be you with that person without changing anything. And he doesn't have to change anything either.
Yeah. Yeah. I know this stuff. Like, we know. It's just, it's just, I, it's like I guess it's the wanting, isn't it?
it
That's
is.
it. Like, it's
Yeah.
the wanting.
Yeah.
And I, I sense that that's, yeah, with every time I kind of approach any of the sort of stories, I always am like, I have to put the thing out of the way, in a sense, like the outcome that I want of whatever out of the way, because it's irrelevant in a sense, and like review the kind of weird meta issue that's hard and slippery to find.
Mm.
And like, so if I put the, yeah, I may, it just might not ever happen. That's what I have to accept. And that I think I did the other day, and I feel a bit better about it. Although I'm feeling it now more like some more sadness come up.
Mm.
But I guess it's just like I just don't want to. I don't want to chase anymore. I just don't want to. I don't want to be in that cycle. And that's another want.
Yeah, but
Um,
sorry, what is it that you think that you want? What is it you think that is
right
outside
now,
of you?
I want to not want.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I want. Like that's what I want. I want to not want. Not No, that's not true. I don't mind wanting things. I don't want to crave stuff. It's just so
It's fine.
fucking
Well,
But
annoying.
there's nothing outside of you that you can crave. The whole idea of wanting something outside of you is a delusion. There is nothing outside of you. If you want love, you already have it. It's already there. If you cannot see it, you cannot see it when you're with a partner because it's been here all along. It is right here. The only thing that is like a practical thing is that if you want children, that is a different thing. Then get your kids. There are tons of kids out there. Or you can make your own.
Correct.
Yeah, make sure that it's legal, please. Yeah.
Yeah,
Tons
I've
of
kind of
kids
been
out there.
looking at things.
Um, but whatever it is you want in a partner, you already have that. You already have that.
And if you don't, find out what that thing is and find out how you can be that partner for yourself. You know,
Isn't that like the not that's not the issue though, is it? Like, isn't it like you just said something which made me go, what? Oh, that's a thing that just clicked and it went. Um,
thank God we record.
yeah, like it was like you can't want something outside of
Yeah, that
yourself.
there's nothing outside of there to want because it
But what
everything
I
that you
had the experience of craving something, and there's something there
well,
that's
everything that
nearly connecting.
and the
There's
thing is
something that's nearly there, but
everything that
it's like
everything you experience is a mind generated experience, right?
all of
You
it,
all of it,
That
all
literally.
of
I
it.
mean,
there's nothing else.
all of it. There is clearly a world out there, but we don't have access to a clear version of what that is. So, whatever you're experiencing, whether it's love or chocolate cake, it's your perception of those things that you're experiencing. Your experience of love does not come from a person out there. It's generated within you for you,
It's not
which is
somebody else who does it because otherwise, for example, at night when you're dreaming, right? You can wake up from a dream and be fuming, or you can wake up from a dream and be
Yeah,
horny, or you can wake
yeah.
up for a dream and be like in the best mood ever. Nothing has happened besides what was happening in your mind. You are creating all that. All of the hormones that goes along with it, you are creating all that. So when I look at Todd, it's not his beautiful face that does it. It's something
Mm,
in me that does it.
yeah.
mm.
Even if
But what
some
about there's a not there's not a person there. So that's me making a person.
well, we don't want to go down the road of like solipsism where we're saying that literally there is nothing out there. There is another person, but your version of that person is not who that person is. You are seeing that person through your very
Filter.
biased filters. And if that person says, I love you so much, that only you can only feel that if you have the capacity to a translate those words into something, to feel in you the what love feels like. Your version of love is going to be different from somebody else's version of love. And if you don't have that capacity to feel love in that way, it doesn't matter what a person says to you. You're never going to feel it. Likewise, somebody may never say they love you, but you can just, being with them or seeing the look on their face or something, you interpret that as a sense of love and you feel just as much of that without ever having them verbally express it or express it in some way that maybe they don't even know. Like, maybe they don't love you, but you interpret it as love because you are processing it that way and you're feeling it. It's never coming from them. It is this inside job of you feeling that love.
What?
It's
Yeah.
basically cat videos. It's cat videos. It's that you can sit and scroll on Insta and you see a dog video or a cat video and you immediately feel like, oh, all of that is happening in you. It's just a picture of a cat or a dog. You just did that.
Yeah.
And it's the same if you see your favorite pet peeve, strolling down the street or in the media or anything like that, and you feel, oh, it's not the other person. That was a recording that was done 5 days ago. But so you do that in you. It's your mind that is doing that. And this is why we're saying that if you cannot feel that in you now, you cannot feel that with a partner.
No.
I think it's not that though. It's like the receiving
Mm.
that I'm not feeling, or like it's the feeling that I'm creating is a feeling of lack and
Mm.
of like, so it's not even about the person or it's about like, and like I don't need another person to not feel that. I need to like, yeah.
But lack is such a fascinating one because you cannot ever lack something without the mind creating a version of a reality where that thing exists.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Right?
and then and then
Everything,
saying that
everything
it's
is
not here now.
exactly, everything is completely full as it is. When you look around you right now, can you say that anything in this world is lacking right now unless you create an idea of, well, but there could be an elephant in the room. Oh, this room is lacking an
Yeah.
elephant, right? The mind has to generate an alternate possibility of something which might be here, but isn't.
Yeah.
And then it compares the
Yeah.
two. But that is
That's
that is
it.
just
Yeah.
a mind created issue. The world as you experience it does not ever include lack. It can't. It's a concept that we have that something could be different from the way
Yeah.
that it is. So every time you feel lack, you are trapped in the mind making comparisons to what is here versus what it imagines could be here.
It's
And the
like
mind
it's
can always imagine something beyond what's here. If you had $1 million in your bank account, your mind could imagine that you had a billion. If you had a
But is
billion,
that
it could imagine a trillion.
but then
It's
is the
basically
lack
it's basically
like,
advertising. It's basically advertising. They create a problem
Yeah.
and then they create a product to make you so they tell you you shouldn't have wrinkles, but I have a cream here that removes the wrinkles. If you had never seen that advertising, you would never have thought about wrinkles being an issue. And it's basically what the mind does. It creates a scenario of you have a problem because you don't have a partner. But if you had a male partner, you wouldn't have the problem. But it's a lie. It's the mind that is creating the problem and the solution
Yeah.
by itself. And it's going to keep doing that even with a partner.
yeah.
So it's seeing through that delusion and saying there cannot be anything missing right now. If I feel
But is that
loneliness and feel alone,
apply? Yeah. That's does that applies to the lack then? So if
Yeah.
I
yeah,
feel lack, then it's like, well, that's great. That's
Well,
if
everything. It's
if
what's
yeah
right.
if you feel alone and you feel loneliness, know that there's a comparison with something else than what is right now.
yeah.
So
Okay.
you're creating the problem and the solution in one go.
Yeah.
Both
Okay.
of them are mind created. You're not lonely.
Got it.
You're sitting
Okay.
here and creating something and creating a solution to that
Okay.
something.
Okay. Because that's where my brain was going then. Because I was like, then that means that the moment is absolutely full, even
Yes,
though it
Yes.
yes,
feels like lacking. And
yes.
it is in a sense, but it's like if that that the lacking is coming from something I'm creating
Yeah.
outside of the moment, and it's like the separation.
Yes.
Exactly. You have to be conceptualizing something else which is not
Right.
here in order to create that idea of lack.
That's okay.
If you didn't know that
Yeah,
relationships
okay.
existed, you couldn't create that idea of I'm missing a relationship right
So
now.
how do you uncreate that? This
You
there you go. Like there's
you
that's the big question. How do I not? How do I uncreate it?
well, it's okay to know that relationships exist. It's to recognize right now, as soon as you feel that first pang of lack,
Yeah.
recognize that you're in your mind.
Okay.
This is not something which is
It's not
actually
real.
here. It's not real. This is a mind-generated suffering that you're experiencing right now. And come back
Can
to the
that
actual
go?
present.
Yeah, but
Can
it's a
that ever
lie.
stop happening?
Yeah, yeah, because it's a
Yeah.
lie. It's like you
But how
sitting.
do you stop the lie happening?
Well,
How
no,
do I
the
how do I stop
suggestion,
that?
well, okay, so it's in stages, right? It's not going to be a one go kind of a thing. So
Okay.
right now, what's happening is you're probably feeling something uncomfortable in your life the way it is. It might be financial insecurity. It might be just a little bit of unease. It might be,
Yeah.
it could be
Okay.
any number of things, right? So
Yeah.
the mind tries to help. It generates, oh,
Oh,
well, you know what would be
yeah.
good? You could have a family. A family would take care of
With
it.
a
All of a
slice
sudden
of
now
macaroni,
you'd
with
feel,
a glass of wine,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then a family, and then
Yeah, and
got
so
it.
once you have that idea in mind, now you're like, oh yeah, that would do it. And then you look around,
Yeah.
there's no family
Okay.
here. Oh, I'm in lack of a family.
it was
Yeah.
not the brownie, it was not the wine, it must be the family.
So yeah. Okay.
As long as there's a
Got it.
root discomfort, it's going to generate those possibilities. So you can
Okay.
acknowledge that the possibility is just mind generated. The idea of
Okay.
lack is mind generated. And then come into what is actually here in the moment. What feels uncomfortable here? Can you be with it? Can you recognize what is the root cause of that, of the mind trying to find a diversion, whether it is wine or a family? And just see, can I be with what is actually here? If it's financial insecurity, can I feel the insecurity in the body? That because financial insecurity is still a mostly conceptual thing, right? If you can eat
Yeah.
today and your
Yeah.
house isn't
The
being
lack is still
foreclosed,
conceptual.
it's conceptual. But so
Yeah.
feel, what does that feel like in the body? You feel this unease about something. Maybe it's
Mm.
just this, unfocused unease of being alive and vulnerable in some way. Just
Mm.
feel that feeling of like mild anxiety, that feeling of mild insecurity. Breathe and allow that to be, and recognize that there is a fullness and a perfectness, even with a body that feels slight anxiety, slight insecurity. You don't need to reach for something else to numb this or to distract from it or to blunt it. You can actually be with what is here as it is. And that is reconditioning you so that the mind will probably still for a while continue generating ideas of family and all those other things, but you won't get sucked into that rabbit hole of really thinking that that's a need that you need or that lack really exists. You can come back quicker and quicker to what is here. Oh, I was actually a little bit hungry. Oh, I was feeling,
It was the brownie.
it was a brownie, it turns out.
Yeah.
Or,
It's a
there was,
brownie. It's
oh,
a
it's
brownie,
always
guys.
it's always a brownie.
I'm
Hopefully it
just
turns out.
Where's the
hungry.
brownie?
I'm
Let
just
the conversation.
hungry.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I am. I am actually a little
But
bit. I have food
but
waiting,
but
but
but I
yeah,
mean,
okay.
it can even be like, you have a cramp in your foot that you haven't been aware
Yeah.
of until
Yeah.
you suddenly realize
Yeah.
that the mind is generating all these other options where cramps in feet aren't even a thing.
So,
So
so slippery. It's just
yeah,
that lack that was bugging me. I
yeah,
thought
Yeah.
the lack was real.
that
It's
was
not.
such a huge opening for me. It was when I was because I've always had that thing about a lack, and I remember I was
Yeah.
walking around the block one time, and I was thinking about like having a lack of time or a lack of money or something like that. It was like such a massive blow when I realized like there is no such thing as a lack. Like
Yeah,
it
I think
just
I've just got it. It's
yeah.
coming.
It just everything just drops with that because there cannot be, it has to be a mind created comparison
With
between
something
something which
else.
exists and something which the mind creates and
Yeah.
imagines could exist, but it has never existed. It does not exist
Yeah.
right now. It
Yeah,
is,
like it's the top layer is the relationship, And then I'm like, but that's not real. I just imagined that anyway, so
Yeah.
that's fine. And I kind of got through that. And then I'm like, well, there's something lacking though. What's the lack? And I'm like, oh no, it's another thing. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
another thing I made up.
Yeah,
It is. It
absolutely.
is.
And
What is really
And
here?
now it's just like my tummy just hurts a bit.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
now
And
that's what it
it
is.
might have been that all along. It might have been tension in your stomach. So all you
It
need is like,
is.
yeah, exactly, a good massage of your belly and deep breaths and everything. And then you feel, oh wow, I don't need a brownie, I don't need a husband, I don't need anything. I just have tension in my belly.
With that, I think we've frozen your camera. We have you came back.
I think if you
It was
take
it
that
was
one, it was a
Sorry, my laptop died.
oh no, it
see if we
was
can find it.
where can you raise your hand so we can find you again?
Oh gosh, hold on. That's now you're asking. Mm,
Oh, we can see you. Yeah,
Can you see?
yep,
Oh
yep,
yeah, okay.
right next to Marcus.
I am.
You're back.
So yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
it was such a big insight, it blew up the computer.
yeah, yeah. I think I got there. Oh, it's such a head
No,
fuck.
yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
It
it
is.
is.
And it's what I meant earlier that you're gonna find that kaleidoscope for every twist you take, the picture is completely different. Now it's like, oh wow, it wasn't a husband, it wasn't a relationship, it wasn't children, it wasn't a brownie, it wasn't wine, it was, and then it is everything just looks different when you really, really truly understand that you cannot lack anything. It just all falls away.
Like last time, I had another. I keep having these big insights with you. Like last time, I was like, you made me see like through the disappointment. I was like, oh, that's the thing I'm thinking of. That's the thing I'm making it. And that's not a thing. And then I let that go, and that was like huge. And now this time, like it's lack. I've just been, but like it's so
Yeah,
Yeah,
blindsiding. It's
yeah,
like it's just pretending to be me,
yeah.
and I can't, and I'm trying to see around it,
yeah.
and you can't. And then you
No.
go, oh, and that's what's annoying because it's like I'm not doing that. That just happens. I didn't do anything for that to happen. It just happens, and I'm now at the
Yeah,
word
you,
But have it a bit like every time you have thoughts, so you have like a feeling of like urgency or anything like that, make a bowl of popcorn and lean back and just enjoy the show because
okay,
there's nothing real in it. There's
yeah,
nothing real in
okay,
it. It's just like bad advertising.
yeah,
It's
okay,
creating an issue and creating a solution to the issue it just created. It's like any Hallmark rom-com on the planet. It's like every single advertising on the planet. It's just creating, it's like the medical industry, create a disease and create a solution for the disease. It's like that is happening all the time. And you can just lean back and enjoy the show.
yeah. I just need to remember, but then I can't remember it because I'm too busy lacking. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah. So I got it. Thanks again.
You're so
amazing.
welcome. I'm happy you came.
Yeah,
You can.
thank you for coming.
Happy holidays and happy new
Yeah,
year.
Thank you. I
so good
appreciate
seeing
that.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
too.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
We have created a course of our first Fetter material. This course will walk you step by step through all of the ways in which identification is created and selfing happens. If you've been struggling to see through the self structure or have that first awakening shift, this course contains hundreds of tools to help you discover the selfing mechanisms when they're happening, and then see through the illusion of identification that are created. Along with over 14 hours of videos, this $49 course contains a full book worth of summaries, extrapolations on the videos, written inquiry suggestions, and other text. So work slowly, leave time for integration. This is powerful material and it can be life-changing.